This is the Galactic Emperor of the Universe. I'm here to tell you all to subscribe to UnrealEntGaming and remember to turn on notifications. You will be the first to know all about the latest Dragon Ball news and information.
Oh, did you say UnrealEntGaming? Oh, I love his channel.
God damn it, Zelbon, stop rubbing your nipples and get back to bed!
What is going on, Dragon Ball fans? Welcome back to another episode of this week's Dragon Ball Q&A video, where today we have lots of awesome questions to go through and pertains to the Tournament of Power alongside many other things. So I do want to say, guys, if your opinions differ than mine, if you have anything to add on to the video as these questions also pertain to you guys, then feel free to drop your comments down the comment section below. Alongside, if you guys have any question to ask me, go on ahead and drop your questions down the comment section below. And also, if you guys are new to the channel, don't forget to leave a like on the video and hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. That way you guys are notified whenever I post a video on the channel. So without wasting any time, let's begin with our very first question of the day, which is from Barack Obama. Very interesting name. Yo, what's up, Unreal? I just wanted to say that I'm loving the channel and I'm enjoying the content that you've been doing as of late, especially Dragon Ball Super Friends, so keep it up. I have a question to ask, however, about the Tournament of Power, because I feel like a lot of people want to know your thoughts on this, and this is also for your viewers to answer too. Okay, thank you so much, by the way. Do you think that Frieza will be nerfed heavily during the Omni King tournament in order to better suit Frost in battle? I saw your recent Frieza Vs Frost video, and I loved how engaging everyone was, but I think everyone is overlooking the idea that Frieza would be too tired to tap further into his evolution during this battle. So will they nerf Frieza in order to give Frost a chance? Love the channel, bro. Let's break 400,000 subscribers by the end of the summer. Man, I wish. Much love from Austria. Much love from the US, bro. Thank you so much for the warm feedback. Now, I do want to say this. In terms of Frost versus Frieza, to answer your question, I do think that as of right now, it stands that Frieza is stronger than Frost, especially if you want to compare only their final forms. However, in order to make the Frieza and Frost battle seem even, I think that they're going to have to do one of two things. Either A, they're going to have to lower Frieza down and nerf Frieza in order for him to keep up with Frost, or they're going to have to give Frost a further evolution. Now, there is no confirmation as of this recording on whether or not Frost is going to have a further evolution, or if Frieza is not going to be participating in the Tournament of Power. However, when it comes down to Frieza versus Frost, I still stand by the overall idea that Frieza is just superior to Universe 6's Frost. However, in terms of being a greater manipulator, in terms of being more cunning and deceptive, I'm going to have to give that to Frost, because if you look at the overall damage he's done in Universe 6 and having to buy, trade, and sell planets in order to get people to fight in civilizations and then having to turn those civilizations against each other just for profit, I'm going to have to give that to Frost. So in terms of Frieza and Frost, if by some chance they were to come to a negotiation in order to work together, I can definitely see Frost betraying Frieza first. But when it comes down to sheer overall battle, I think that in order to give Frost a chance, they're either going to have to nerf Frieza momentarily, either he's tired or he's damaged, in order for him to further his fight with Frost, or they're going to have to give Frost another evolution, sort of like a new form to Frieza, in order to match up Frieza's golden form. So for example, maybe they might come out and say, well, you know what, Frost also has a further evolution. Here's Platinum Frost, here's Silver Frost. So they can always do that, but the chances of that happening, in my opinion, are slim to none. So I can definitely see Frieza versus Frost having to be engaged. And although we saw previous to Dragon Ball that Hit said that Frost has gotten stronger based on his willpower to live, based on his instincts alone, not based on strength, because momentarily we saw how Hit tried against Frost in order to prevent him in using the needle. However, that's not really saying much. In seeing Frieza accomplish everything he's done in Dragon Ball so far, I really can't see them nerfing Frieza, unless of course during the Tournament of Power we see Frieza in his golden form having to wreck everybody and then having to burn out perhaps, or maybe he comes across people like Toppo and Jiren and they beat him down really badly, not to the point where they throw him out, but he actually remains weaker in the actual tournament due to all the damage he sustained. Then I can see definitely Frost coming in there and having a great fight with him. But I think overall I'm gonna stand with Frieza. So comment down below, guys, are you guys with Frieza or are you guys with Frost? Because I don't think everyone is overlooking the idea that Frieza will get too tired to tap into his further evolution. I think that at some point, if Frieza goes into this tournament, he's not going to go into this tournament using his golden form right off the bat, I think at least. I think that Frieza would be smart enough in preserving that golden form to save that later on down the line when he definitely needs it. However, that's not really saying much for Frost because we don't know, you know, what kind of evolution he's gone through this entire time. So for me, I'm gonna have to go with Team Frieza. I think that Frieza is a much more, you know, torturous kind of fighter. I think that when it comes down to Frieza and Frost, I think that Frieza would ultimately torture Frost. However, when it comes down to being a greater manipulator, that's gonna have to go towards Frost. So I do have to say, Barack Obama, thank you so much for the question, and I hope you have a fantastic day, my friend. And now moving on to the next question, which is from Valaris. First off, I wanted to start by saying thank you for even taking the time to look at my comment. Thank you. I love your channel, and what amazes me is how you tend to respond to loads of people when you can. Huge respect for that. I actually try to get back to as many of you guys as I possibly can, so if I don't get back to you guys, just know that it does get a little too hectic, but I tend to reply to as many people as I can. I love your mods, so please keep them coming. Thank you. My sister and I came up with a few questions for you, so I hope you get to answer them. Question number 1, will Frieza turn on Goku because of how much he hates the sight of him? Question number 2, do you think Frieza will survive for a longer time after his golden form wears off? Remember in ROF when he couldn't hold it, so will the same thing happen? Question number 3, if Universe 7 does win, do you think Goku will truly keep his word in bringing Frieza back to life? Love ya, Alex. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate the comments. Now, to answer your first question, will Frieza turn on Goku because of how much he hates him? Well, to answer that, I can definitely see Frieza, and again, depending on when you're watching this video, episode 96 spoilers could be revealed or not. I can definitely see Frieza kind of, you know, throwing in like some shade at Goku, probably shooting him a couple of times, maybe even hitting him, just as we saw in Dragon Ball Super episode 94 when he pretty much hit Goku on sight and he said, oops, my hand slipped. So I think that at some point, Frieza actually may turn on Goku momentarily, in having Frieza remind Goku on just who he is as a person, saying, hey, I am Emperor Frieza, Lord of the Universe, you're gonna respect me and I will have my revenge. I don't think that Frieza is going to be foolish enough to actually try to kill Goku during this tournament, because if you think about it, Frieza needs Goku just as much as Goku needs Frieza just to survive this overall tournament. I mean, whatever happens after happens, and I do think that at some given point they should have allowed Goku to say, you know what, I'm gonna give you what you want, I'm gonna give you, you know, the opportunity to extract your revenge on me later on if we win this tournament, so help me win, and I will fulfill your wishes and having to battle me once again. But at some given point, I can definitely see Frieza being menacing and maniacal and just overall dirty in attacking Goku at any given point. However, do I think Frieza's gonna try to kill him? No, it's gonna be really dumb on Frieza's end, because let's say, hypothetically speaking, if Frieza does throw Goku out of the ring, that's gonna be a huge detriment to the team, because how in the world is he supposed to be brought back to life if the primary guy is out of the ring? So that doesn't make any sense. I do think that at some point, Frieza's accidentally, quote-unquote, gonna hit Goku. He's probably gonna punch Goku. He's probably gonna do something to throw him off, but by the end of it, I can't see him really trying to kill Goku. I can definitely see Frieza, you know, just doing something maniacal, but I don't think to the extent of trying to harm Goku's life during this tournament. But you could definitely expect to see Frieza, you know, turn the other cheek in trying to sneak attack Goku a few times. Now, to answer your second question, do I think Frieza will survive long after his golden form? Well, this is the thing. A lot of you guys in my previous video talked about how, you know, it's different for Frieza because he's dead and this, that, and the third, but if you guys remember Dragon Ball Z, when Goku tapped into Super Saiyan 3, it burned out the remaining time he had to stay on Earth, because Baba told him you had 24 hours to remain on Earth before you go back to Otherworld. And then the event after that was Goku went Super Saiyan 3 again to show Goten and Trunks, in which right then and there he burned out his time and he went back to Otherworld. So something similar may happen, I think, to Frieza, in an essence where Frieza does go into his golden form, and at some given point, perhaps maybe he burns right through. Now, here's the problem. Everyone's saying, well, you know, they're fighting in a place where time doesn't exist, so how can he possibly burn right through his time if time itself doesn't exist? Well, my counter question to that is, how do you know that time doesn't exist? Even though it's a place where space and time, quote-unquote, doesn't exist, I mean, we're gonna have to see firsthand what the Daishinkan says, what the Omni King says, what the gods say, because there are going to be questions about what this place is. So I'm pretty certain that at some given point, maybe the Omni King, maybe, you know, the Grand Priests are going to talk about and tell the competitors, hey, this is a place where time and space doesn't exist, so you can fight for as long as you want. However, the time problem is, if there's no time in this place, then how come they have 48 minutes? How come we just can't fight until someone gets ringed out? That doesn't make any sense. So what I do think applies here in the real world is Frieza's overall timer as seen by King Yemma when he approved. I think that definitely still counts and ties into the real world. So even though currently right now they're in a place where time and space quote unquote doesn't exist, Frieza still might burn right through his time because he's still connected to universe number 7's real world, so that maybe that's gonna have an effect. But either way, I think that Frieza's golden form may actually do him injustice, because who's to say that Frieza hasn't perfected or at least gotten used to that golden form? Because keep in mind, he even said it himself that his body has gotten softer ever since he's been in hell. So I'm a little curious as to if Frieza can hold off this golden form long enough. Again, if your opinions disagree, if you guys disagree with what I'm saying, let me know down below. I want to know what you guys have to say about this. I want to know if you guys have to, you know, add anything onto this. But I think that long after his golden form is tapped into, similar to ROF, he's gonna have a hard time. He's gonna have a hard time, and I think that Goku and Vegeta are gonna point this out and saying, yo, we need to get cover for Frieza right now, because if not, he's gonna get thrown out because he's tired. Give him some time to recuperate. So at some given point, I can definitely see that happening, but by the end of it, who's to really say for sure? I think that, yes, the body pressure is gonna be too much for him to handle, but as of right now, we're gonna have to wait and see what happens with him. Now, to answer your final question, if Universe 7 does win, do you think Goku will truly keep his word in bringing back Frieza? I wouldn't see why Goku would lie to Frieza, even though Frieza cannot be trusted and Frieza needs to remain in the afterlife for sure, because he is the dirtiest, most vile, most evil and corrupt character in Dragon Ball. I think that the best case scenario is to keep him in hell. However, based on what Frieza said to Goku about, oh, are you curious on my evolution? Aren't you curious to see how strong I truly got? I think that right there is Goku's weak spot. So with that being said, I think Frieza pretty much baited Goku in trying to get Goku to fully trust Frieza and saying, well, you know what? I am curious as to how strong you got, because Goku always wants to fight people stronger than him and whatnot. So I definitely think that Frieza did the right thing in baiting Goku in. However, by the end of it, I really can't see Goku lying. I mean, Frieza was brought back one too many times, so maybe at the end of it, he could say, well, you weren't being specific and we can't bring you back because you were brought back too many times, so goodbye. So maybe Goku tries and he shows Frieza like, oh, well, there's nothing I can do, goodbye. You know, that would be kind of funny to see, and Frieza saying, wait, like, what are you doing? And then he goes back to hell, because that would really piss Frieza off, is the fact that he was used just to get, you know, the win over for universe number 7. But either way, I think that if Goku does bring back Frieza, honestly, that would set up for one more fight. And you have to ask yourself, as a community, do we really want to see Frieza versus Goku one more time in the future? I mean, that's up to that's up for all of you guys to decide, because I mean, some of you guys will agree, some of you guys will disagree. I mean, Frieza is unquestionably one of the most iconic villains in Dragon Ball, but again, the question poses itself, like, do you guys really want to see another Goku versus Frieza rematch in the future, possibly having another movie or another arc, you know? Not many people are going to agree to that, but either way, I have to say thank you so much, Valeris, for the questions, and I hope you have a wonderful day, my friend. And now moving on to the next question, which is from Cutie Steffi. What's up? I hope you see this for your Q&A video, but I wanted to know, do you think everyone is going to target Goku from the beginning, or will everyone worry more about playing it safe? I think since everyone hates Goku, they will go after him first, but then again, if they want to live, they're going to have to fight for the middle. So what are your thoughts? Thanks, Unreal. Thank you so much, Cutie. Now, well, to answer your first question, I think that this is going to be something to where either A, you're going to have to target Goku and go right for him, or B, you're going to have to try to play it safe and fight for the middle. I think that logically speaking, every single universe is going to try to fight for the middle, because if you're in the middle of the ring, you're pretty much safe. If you're by the outer border of the ring, you're pretty much screwed, because you're going to get your ass tanked out. So I think that to a degree, yes, you can expect everyone to target Goku just because he's Goku, and I'm pretty sure based on Bergamo's speech and based on what the other gods might tell their fighters, everyone may in fact target Goku. However, that's not really a good strategy in remaining in the ring, in remaining you know, as one of the last fighters for the Tournament of Power. So what I think may happen is, despite where Goku's gonna be at this tournament, despite where he's gonna be in terms of placement, everyone's still gonna target him while trying to remain in the middle. Now, I do think that at some point this entire thing is gonna be a giant cluster of fights, but I think that to a degree, based on the ideology that Goku's the one that started this and Goku's the enemy, they may in fact target Goku this entire time. But what I think is safe here as a strategy is, I think that they ought to fight for the middle. Again, if you guys agree or disagree, let me know down below. I think that logically, there are going to be some universes that are just going to fight for the middle spot, but I think then again, people like universe number 9 perhaps, or universe number 4, whoever it might be, they might go straight for Goku because he's the one that put everyone's life on the line because of this tournament, not knowing the idea that what Goku did was good for the universe, because this gives everyone a fighting chance to actually survive the Omni King, who ultimately wanted to just get rid of everyone right off the bat without even saying anything. So Goku's really the villain slash hero of the story, because through everyone else's perspective, they think that what he did was horrible, but through our perspective as the audience, we do know that what he did was for the good of the universe, because now, instead of the Omni King just wiping everyone out, this gives everyone a fighting chance to simply survive. So I want to assume that some universes are going to target Goku, but by the end of it, I cannot wait to see Frieza versus Frost. I cannot wait to see Kale versus Vegeta, Goku versus Jiren, Goku versus Hit, Hit versus Gohan, Jiren versus Frieza, Frieza versus Hit, Kabe versus Vegeta, Gohan versus Kale. There's going to be so many different fights involved in here, and I think that to a degree, I mean, you have to ask yourself, do you target the guy who is quote-unquote responsible for this tournament, or are you going to fight your way through to survive in the middle in hopes of actually surviving this? So I'm going to leave that up to you guys. But once again, Cutie, thank you so much for the questions, and I do want to say thank you so much, and I hope you have a fantastic day. And once again, everybody, thank you all for watching this edition of the Dragon Ball Q&A special. If you guys have any questions to ask me, go on ahead and drop your questions down in the comment section below. Hopefully enough, in the next couple of days, I'm going to release another episode for Dragon Ball Q&A, because there's more to discuss through this, because I think that with the Tournament of Power now beginning, there's so much to look forward to that I think that everyone has, you know, their hopes up in trying to see what's going to happen with Jiren, with Goku, with Vegeta, with Piccolo, with the androids, with Moscow's universe, with universe number 11, universe number 6. So I want to know your thoughts down below in pertains to these questions, and if you have any questions to ask me, drop them down below. Thank you all for watching, guys. If you guys are new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, guys, for more news, information, and updates. If you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to go on ahead and slap a like down below. Tune back in for more, and I'll be seeing each and every single one of you guys down in the comment section below. Have a great day, everybody. Peace.